the man discovered something strange during his job interview. Clearly, the company was on the 7th floor of the building. However, the strange thing was that there was no button for the 7th floor in the elevator. Just as the man was puzzled, a woman suddenly pressed the button for the top floor with expertise. Then she picked up a crowbar from the side. After the floor light flickered twice at the 7th floor position, she hurriedly pressed the stop button. Then, using the crowbar in her hand, she pried open the elevator door. Thus, the man successfully arrived at the company's 7th floor. But the man discovered that he could only walk by bending over. Strangely, there were quite a few employees on this entire floor. It turned out that this was a Fortune 500 company. Not only did they work only 2 days a week, but their salary was also 10 times that of a regular company. After successfully passing the interview, the man curiously asked the boss about the origin of this half-floor company. The boss, without any unnecessary words, immediately played him an old video. It turned out that Captain Jack had built this building here 200 years ago. In order to comfort his wife's short stature, he specially designed this 7.5-floor company for her. Unexpectedly, one day, when the man was looking for some materials, he accidentally dropped a document into the wall crack. When he moved the cabinet to pick up the dropped document, he discovered there was a secret passage behind the cabinet. Driven by curiosity, the man immediately crawled in. However, before he could crawl very far, the entrance behind him suddenly closed. To his surprise, the next second, a strange gust of wind blew through the secret passage. Then, a strong sucking force suddenly pulled him in. When the man regained his senses, he found himself facing a completely different perspective. The man then realized that he had unintentionally entered someone else's body, and this person was a very famous local billionaire. After experiencing the life of the rich for quite some time, the man suddenly fell from the sky, far away from the city. Although he fell awkwardly, this experience made him feel an unprecedented sense of wonder. So, he told his wife about it. Afterwards, in disbelief, he pushed her into the secret passage. Then, under the strong pulling force, his wife's consciousness quickly entered the billionaire's body. After a while, the man immediately went to the place where he had fallen. Sure enough, just as he expected, his wife also fell down from here. Seeing his wife excited, the man quickly took her to a taxi. But on the way back, his wife proposed that she wanted to try the rich life again. Despite the man's refusal, his wife relentlessly chased him to the company. Helpless, he had no choice but to take his wife back to the secret passage again. However, what happened next would make the man regret for the rest of his life.